Time for a trade and get paid. Forex forecast. It's raining pips out here.
All right, guys, we're here with another Forex forecast. Sunday, February 27th, 2022. GBPAUD. We're looking at the 4-hour chart. And I got some interesting stuff to talk about today because if you watched last week's video, and I'm going to link that up atop, I want you to watch that. Before you really go and watch this one completely, I want you to go back and watch last week's video. And now most people will be trying to hide the fact that we got it wrong. I'm not trying to hide that I got it wrong. Actually, I want to show you why that we got it wrong. And so let me show you what happened here. So what I basically told you last week was that we have momentum going this way. We have an inner trend line here. And essentially, we had a pattern going kind of like this. It was really flat, but it was kind of more like this. All right, so we were expecting, at the end of the day, we were going to be looking for price to, which let's look at the bottom. You can see the bottom down here with the date, right? So February 18th, see when the new week starts. So this right here was the candle where we were when we did class last week. We have at a level of structure, we have a nice bullet. It's bearish, but it's showing bullish momentum. And I expected for price to do this. So far I was right. To do this. So far I'm right. And then to come up. I thought we would get the bullish breakout. Now I did tell you, I don't care if it's bearish or bullish. We don't really care. We don't trade with bias. So we're really not looking for, any one thing to happen. So, essentially, if it goes down when I think it's going to go up, I'm okay with that because we can make money either way. Now, just to be clear, though, I did think that price was going to go bounce around inside before making a push to the upside because everything you're looking at here tells you that this is bullish. Okay, if you look back, look at this. We are bullish. All right. We had a pullback right here. We were really looking to kind of get that flat bottom here. And boom. However, when we started to see this play out and everything like I thought it would right here, something happened. Did anybody happen to watch any news last week? Anybody get to kind of seeing anything that's going on around the world? First off, let me just say, me and my church, we are praying for the people in Russia and Ukraine. This is a very difficult situation. It's difficult for people all around the world, really, but particularly for those who are in immediate harm's way. So we're praying for people in Russia. We're praying for people in Ukraine. And, we just pray that all this passes quickly and that they come to some resolutions here. I pray for everybody involved, and I hope that everything can be worked out. If you happen to be in Russia or in the Ukraine, I'm praying for your country. I'm praying for you guys, and just be safe, all right? So with that being said, the war that's going on, the fighting that's happening right now in Russia, Ukraine, if you go back and watch my video last week, that's really what's going on here. I actually told you guys last week, if you go back and look in my YouTube community post, I told you guys that GBP, if Russia invaded Ukraine, that GBP would fall. And the reason is because, and there's a lot of information around this, and I'm going to drop a video next week about this, but more in depth. But really what's happening is that we have all of this stuff is affecting the price of oil. Ukraine, if you go look up the statistics for the nation, is a top 10 provider and producer of so many natural resources, uranium and all kinds of different things. So economies are being affected because of what's going on in Ukraine right now. And because of that, that that is going to infect the markets. It's going to affect the markets. What I told you guys last week was that when we see oil go up in price by the barrel faster than it's supposed to, what's going to happen is the Fed and what's they're going to end up putting more money. They're going to go and put and raise the interest rates because they need more money in. But what that does is it affects the inflation because interest rates are raised up too high, and then something becomes overinflated when we're already dealing with inflation. And so there's so much. I'm not going to go into the depth of it because I will go into the depth of it next week in class. But I do want to just say that's why GBP is dropping right now. It's because of what's going on in the Ukraine. And so that's really what we're looking at. And so because of that, this move was rejected. We did get a push to the downside. And if, for those of you who don't trade with bias, if you've been around my trading at all, you know we don't trade with bias. And I actually called this trade right here to our team. So if you go back, you can see that's a lot of movement on the 4-hour chart. I called this on the 30-minute chart, and we caught a lot of it on the way down. We did not catch this last piece because I just didn't like the way it was pulling back, and we ended up going to GN, and you can see that trade set up on my community post. So what we're going to do for this week is we're going to beware of a falling GBP price. Here's what's going on. GBP is dropping because of the war and because of the inflation rates and all this stuff that's going on. However, GBP is bullish overall. So I think what we're going to see this week is we're going to see price is going to kind of try to continue pushing down depending on what's going on in Ukraine, okay? But I also think that the strength of GBP will prevail eventually unless catastrophic war breaks out. And so I think what we're going to end up seeing is some sideways movement because the bullish nature of GA is going to be fighting with the fundamental influence of the war. And so we're probably going to be able to catch some scalps in between. We're going to catch some moves up and down. Stay tuned on the channel for that. I might even put a YouTube trade setup out. Comment below if you want me to do that. If you want me to put a trade setup out this week for all of YouTube, just comment below and let me know that you're interested. One other thing I think that would be advantageous to us to do is to not just stick with GBPAUD this week, but if we go over here to GBPNZD, now you see it almost looks the same. It almost looks the same. Very, very similar. The difference is that we have a little bit more independence with the New Zealand dollar than we do with the Aussie dollar. The Kiwi does have a little bit of independence. And so what I think what we want to see here is when we see price, falling because of war, but then trying to push back up because of GBP strength, NZD has enough speed and volatility to where when GBP's falling and NZD's rising, this pair drops fast. So this is going to give us a lot of really good opportunities for scalps. So when you see like right here, that's a great opportunity for quick scalping, pullback, nice scalp, pullback, nice scalp, pullback, nice scalp. You can see that over and over again on GN because GN, once it confirms direction, GN moves very fast. So what I want to do this week is I want to focus on allowing price to form its base, form its structure, both on GA and GN, GBPAUD and GBPNZD, and we're going to trade the breakout on either direction. We're not going to have a direction. We're just going to let, fundamentals and everything play. And we're going to trade the breakout on either direction for probably 100 to 150 pips minimum, up to 300 pips. But really, I think what we're really looking at is nice scalping opportunities in here. Okay, so between the 199 area and I would say the 198.5 area right here, that's a lot of movement. That's a lot of movement, and there's going to be some good scalping opportunities in there. So, guys, I hope that brings a lot of understanding as to what happened last week and what's going to happen this week. Comment below if you want me to drop that trade setup publicly for YouTube, if you're interested in that. And other than that, guys, that's been your Forex forecast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to be in-depth in classes, getting all the information, go to trendtrading.academy, become a student. Just go look on my Instagram, my Facebook, whatever, and see all the testimonies from all the different students, and they're winning. We have one student made their first 20K this week. Really excited about that. And we're celebrating with our students. So don't miss out. Join TTA. Next week, Forex Forecast going to be lit. I'll see you